Joshua 17. Also Lot fell to the tribe of Manasseh, because he was Joseph's firstborn. Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war, had Gilead in Bashan. And the rest of the sons of Manasseh had their share according to their families, namely, the sons of Abiezer, and the sons of Helek, and the sons of Israel, and the sons of Shechem, and the sons of Hepher, and the sons of Semida. These are the sons of Manasseh the son of Joseph according to his families. But Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, only daughters, and these are the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. So these came before Eleazar the priest, and before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the princes, saying, The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brethren, of the Lord. He gave them an inheritance from among their father's brothers. And 10 shares fell to Manasseh, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is beyond Jordan. For the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance among his sons, and the other sons of Manasseh had the land of Gilead. And the border of Manasseh was from Asher to Mikmadah, which is in front of Shechem, and this term extends to the right to the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. Manasseh owned the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah, by the border of Manasseh, belonged to the children of Ephraim. Then this term went down to the brook of Kanah. To Ephraim fell the cities south of the brook, between the cities of Manasseh, and the border of Manasseh was on the north side of the brook, ending in the sea. Ephraim on the south, and Manasseh on the north, and the sea is their boundary. From the north they touch Asher, and from the east Issachar. For in Issachar and in Asher Manasseh had Beth-shean and its towns, and Ibleam and its towns, and the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, and the inhabitants of Endor and its towns, and the inhabitants of Tanakh and its towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its towns, 3 hills. And the sons of Manasseh were not able to drive out the inhabitants of those cities, because the Canaanites wanted to dwell in the same land. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel had grown strong, that they made tributaries to the Canaanites, but they did not drive them out altogether. Then the sons of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, Why have you given me only 1 lot and 1 share for an inheritance, when I am so great a people, since the Lord has blessed me hitherto? And Joshua said unto them, If thou art so great a people, go up into the forest, and cut there for thee a place in the land of the Perizzites and the Rephaims, for the mountains of Ephraim are too narrow for you. Then said the sons of Joseph, The mountains are not enough for us, and there are chariots of iron among all the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley, among those at Bethshan and its towns, and among those who are in the valley of Jezreel. Then Joshua spake unto the house of Joseph, to Ephraim, and to Manasseh, saying, Thou art a great people, and hast great strength, you won't have just 1 lock. But the mountains will be yours. Though it is a forest, you shall cut it down, and its ends shall be yours, for you will drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron, though they are strong. Joshua 18. And all the congregation of the children of Israel assembled at Shiloh, and there they pitched the tent of meeting, after the land was subdued to them. And among the children of Israel there remained 7 tribes which had not yet apportioned their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, How long will ye be slack to go and to possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers hath given you? From each tribe choose you 3 men, that I may send them, and they may arise and roam the land, and mark it out according to their inheritances, and return to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall be in its south boundary, and the house of Joseph shall be in its north boundary. And you shall divide the land into 7 parts, and bring me here described, that I may cast lots here before the Lord our God. For the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their part, and Gad, and Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, received their inheritance beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses the servant of the Lord gave them. Then those men got up and went away, and Joshua commanded them that went to demarcate the land, saying, Go and traverse the land, and demarcate it, and then return to me, and here I will cast lots for you before the Lord in Shiloh. So those men went, and passed through the land, and demarcated it, in 7 parts according to the cities, describing it in a book, and they returned to Joshua, to the camp in Shiloh. Then Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. And he drew lots for the tribe of the children of Benjamin according to their families, and the border of his lot fell between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And his border was toward the north, from Jordan, and that border goes up beside Jericho to the north, and goes up through the mountain to the west, ending in the desert of Beth-aven. And from there this term passes to Luz, beside Luz, which is Bethel, towards the south, and go down to Atarot-adar, at the foot of the mountain that is on the south side of Beth-horon from below. And this term goes back on the west side to the south of the mountain that is in front of Beth-horon, to the south, ending in Kiriath-baal, that is Kiriath-jearim, city of the children of Judah. This is its extension to the west. And its extension towards the south begins at the end of Kiriath-jearim, and this term goes to the west and goes to the source of the waters of Nephtoah. And this term goes down to the end of the mountain that is opposite the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is in the valley of the Rep-Hanes to the north, and goes down through the valley of Hinnom on the side of the Jebusites to the south, and then descends to En-rogel. And it goes from the north, and comes to En-semes, and from there went out to Jelalot, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim, and went down to the rock of Boan, son of Reuben, and passed to the side, in front of Arabah, to the north, and go down to Arabah. Past this term further to the side of Beth-haglas, to the north, that term going out in the bay of the Salt Sea, to the north, at the end of the Jordan, to the south, this is the southern term. And Jordan will be their boundary on the east side. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, in their borders round about, according to their families. In the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, Jericho, and Beth-hagla, and Emet-queses, and Beth-araba, and Zemaraim, and Bethel, and Avim, and Para, and Ophrah, and Kepharammoni, and Hophni, and Gaba, 12 cities and their villages, Gibeon, and Ramah, and Beeroth, and Mizpah, and Sephirah, and Moza, and Rechem, and Irpeel, and Terelah, and Zelah, Eleph, and Jebus. This is Jerusalem, Gibeah, and Quiriath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Joshua 19. And the second lot went out to Simeon, for the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families, and it was his inheritance in the midst of the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance, Beersheba, and Seba, and Melada, and Hazar-sual, and Bala, and Azam, and Eltalad, and Bethol, and Hormah, and Ziklag, and Beth-markabat, and Hazar-susa, and Beth-leboth, and Sarum, 13 cities and their villages, and Ain, and Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were around these cities, as far as Baalath-beer, that is Ramah, on the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Simeon according to their families. The inheritance of the sons of Simeon was taken away from the lot of the sons of Judah, because the inheritance of the sons of Judah was too great for them. Therefore the sons of Simeon had their inheritance among them. And the third lot came out for the sons of Zebulun, according to their families, and the border of his inheritance was to Sarid. And his term goes up by the west to Maralah, and goes to Dabesheth, and also reaches the brook that is in front of Jokneam. And from Sarid, turn eastward, toward the rising of the sun, to the end of Chislot-Tabor, go out to Daberate, and go up to Japhia. And from there it passes by the east, to Gath-Heger, and Chazim, reaching Rimmon-Netor, which goes to Ne. And encircling it, the border passes north to Hanatam, reaching the valley of Iftael, and Katath, Nalal, and Sinran, and Idalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the sons of Zebulun according to their families, these cities and their villages. The fourth lot came out for Issachar, to the sons of Issachar according to their families. And their boundary was Jezreel, and Chesulloth, and Shunem, and Hapharaim, and Sion, and Anarat, and Rabbith, and Kishan, and Ebez, and Remeth, and En-Ganim, and Enhada, and Beth-Pazez. And this term comes to Tabor, and Sazima, and Beth-Shemesh, and it will end at Jordan, 16 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar according to their families, these cities and their villages. And the fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families. And their border was Helkath, and Hali, and Beten, and Aksaph, and Elamelech, and Amad, and Misal, and reaches Carmel to the west, and Seir Libnate. And it returns to the rising of the sun to Beth-dagon, and comes to Zebulun and the valley of Ifta-el, north of Beth-emek and Neiel, and comes out to Kabul, on the left. And Hebron, and Rehob, and Hammon, and Kana, unto Sidon the Great. And this term returns to Ramah, and to the strong city of Tyre, then turns this term to Hosha, to end in the sea, in the region of Akzib. And Umah, and Aphek, and Rehob, 22 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Asher according to their families, these cities and their villages. And the sixth lot came out for the sons of Naphtali, according to their families. And it was its border from Heleph and from Alam and Zananim, and Adami-Negweb, and Jabneel, to Lakum, ending in Jordan. And this term returns by the west to Asnot-Tabor, and from there it passes to Hukok, and reaches Zebulun on the south, and reaches Asher on the west, and Judah by Jordan at the rising of the sun. And these are the fortified cities, Ziddim, Zur, and Hamath, Rakkath, and Quinneret, and Adamah, and Ramah, and Hazor, and Kadesh, and Edrei, and En-Hazor, and Iron, and Migdal-el, Horam, and Bethanath, and Beth-Shemesh, 19 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali according to their families, these cities and their villages. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of the sons of Dan, according to their families. And it was the end of his inheritance, Sora, and Estaol, and Ir-Shemesh, and Shalabim, and Ijalon, and Itlah, and Elon, and Timnah, and Ekron, and Eltek, and Jibdam, and Balath, and Jehud, and Bani Barak, and Gath-Rimmon, and Mejarkam, and Rakim, with the border over Japho. But a small term went out to the children of Dan, and the children of Dan went up and fought against Leshem, and took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and dwelt therein, and Leshem they called Dan, after the name of his father Dan. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families, these cities and their villages. So when they had finished apportioning the land as an inheritance according to its borders, the children of Israel gave Joshua son of Nun an inheritance among them. According to the command of the Lord, they gave him the city that he asked, Timnath-Serah, in the mountain of Ephraim, and he rebuilt that city, and dwelt therein. These are the inheritances which Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the families allotted to the tribes of the children of Israel, as an inheritance by lot in Shiloh before the Lord, at the door of the tent of congregation. And so they finished apportioning the land. Joshua 20. The Lord spoke further to Joshua, saying, He speaks to the children of Israel, saying, Set apart for yourselves the cities of refuge, which I spoke to you about by the ministry of Moses, so that the murderer may flee there, who kills someone by mistake and not with intent, that they may be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And fleeing to one of those cities, he will stand at its gate and plead his case in the ears of the elders of that city. Then they will take him with them into the city, and they will give him a place to dwell with them. And if the avenger of blood follows him, they will not deliver the slayer into his hand, because he did not kill his neighbor with intent, and did not hate him before. And he shall dwell in the same city, until he appear in judgment before the congregation, until the high priest who shall be in those days die. Then the manslayer will return, and will come to his city and to his house, to the city from which he fled. Then they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, in the mountain of Naphtali, and Shechem, in the mountain of Ephraim, and Kiriath-Arba, that is, Hebron, in the mountain of Judah. And beyond the Jordan toward Jericho on the east, they appointed Bezer in the wilderness in the plain from the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth in Gilead from the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan from the tribe of Manasseh. These are the cities which were appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the alien who dwelt among them, so that anyone who killed someone by mistake might flee to them, lest he die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until appear before the congregation. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and make a comment.